Welcome, friends, to today's stream. I am your host and Dungeon Master Camille, and today we are on session 16 of Sunday Friends. It is back to just the party today, as we have Salix, Kendall, and Devereaux and Curie, who have just together defeated an ancient green dragon with a little help from their friends.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Before we get started, big announcement. We have another stream right after this today, right? Run by Mare. It's going to be really good. You should definitely check it out today. I hope everybody's having a happy Easter. Oh, Max isn't in here. He hates me. Well,
this is our way of spending Easter with our family.
it is. Okay, that was really cute. Inspiration for
man.
Salix.
Yup.
Yes.
Well deserved.
That was cute. Do we have any other announcements before we get started? Does anybody have anything they can think of while I shove
Yeah,
donut
can
in my
I-
face?
Can I throw a big happy birthday shout out to the Lady Dame?
Yes, you
Yay.
may.
It's her birthday today, right? I don't know if she's here or
Yeah.
not, but if she's not, I hope she's party hardy with the boring thing. However you can do it. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Now I want donuts.
Sorry.
It's
Especially
okay.
because they're peach. Oh,
Oh, never mind. You ruined it. It's cool. Now I don't want
No,
donuts anymore.
they're-
No, I don't want
they're-
those
they're-
donuts. I
they're-
still want
no,
donuts.
they're the only donuts anybody should.
Lady
eat.
Dame is here. Happy birthday, Lady Dame.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Jordan! Happy birthday.
Anything else? Devereaux, could you please give us an end character recap?
Wait, let's see here. We fought a dragon last time. We really, really fought a dragon last time. Kendall made the dragon mad. Don't you shake and look like you don't know what I'm talking about. You shot Daventarth in the face with magic.
What?
And then
I had no choice, Dev.
you say that now, but I understand. It doesn't matter though, because
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. 'cause
we killed the
what am I
dragon
gonna do?
and only one of us died for like a moment. I mean, I could go blow for blow with the dragon fight, but all I know is I shot a lot of arrows, did a ton of damage, did some great warrior flexing, and I mean, I guess Leona and her friends did some help too, but Kiri was pretty on point with defending us. Oh, and Zytheria helped. So it was a really intense fight, and Kendall got the sword of Cass that we were looking for, but Daventarth got kind of mad when he pulled it out of the pedestal, so he kind of killed Salix. And it's okay though, because Zytheria brought her back. And
Zytharia?
what Zai brought her back, and everything worked out. So we had a whole dragon's treasure trove to go through, and Leona and her friends departed, as they do, and here we are. I mean, seems pretty accurate. I don't know. Does anyone need to add anything to that?
In character, of course.
I mean, like, there were hedgerows and magical entanglements, and the sword was down a series of 30-foot steps or whatever. I mean, it looked pretty hard to get there, but you know.
Oh, Leona could fly. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and she didn't do it to get the sword.
No, she just stood there, I remember.
Yeah.
She was helping quite a bit to,
Everybody
kill
was
the
helping. yeah.
dragon. Everybody did something.
To be fair, I had tunnel vision. I only went for the one thing. But
Well-
I know that if it weren't for everybody, we wouldn't have been able to do that.
That's why we were there, though. You had to get that sword.
And you've usually got tunnel vision for a whole bunch of other stuff when we're not on an epic god-given quest, so...
I know, and we're just standing here and I'm still hungry.
Which reminds me, how much bacon did you slice off of Daventarth?
None?
None?
I think we're still here, aren't we?
I don't know.
Sunday friends, you are still in the horde of this ancient green dragon.
I mean, we could go over there and see how much we could get.
Do you think ancient dragons taste good?
Maybe it ages more like, wine.
Oh.
I have concerns that it could be poisonous.
You said that about the last one, too.
And they cooked all the poison out of it. That's how it works.
That's
Yeah.
not how poison works.
Would y'all like to know how much gold you have?
Yes. Yes, voice in my head.
You're gonna find, after splitting with Fate's Chosen, you are gonna find 17,000 gold pieces and 5,000 platinum pieces.
Well, I think that should all go in the bag of holding, at least most of it. That's very heavy.
Some of it
Yeah,
should go to my home, though.
Oh, yes. Send as much as you like, I suppose. This is more money than I ever thought I'd see.
You know, we could, like, buy a house or something, and we could just, I don't know, stop getting in trouble. Just kidding.
Well,
Um,
as much as I like that idea, I still have something I have to finish, but I think that's a great idea.
yeah. I mean,
Perfect.
after we're kind of done, I will need to go back to my own home.
Okay, so we can buy some land and make a house near the grove. The end.
I
I think I know the perfect place.
I don't think that's for sale, Kendall.
But we'll need things to build.
True.
In addition, you each find some items. Kendall, you find a cloak. I'll say there. Oh, I'm pretty sure one of the Fates Chosen has identify. So we'll say that you know what all these things are for the sake of story. You do find a cloak of protection,
This is nice.
and you also find a small something catches your eye in this kind of.
Oh, that's... I put on the cloak.
yeah.
I put on the cloak, and as I'm putting it on, like you said, something catches my eye,
Yeah,
and I walk over to it. Rummage.
small silver raven.
Oh, that. Okay. Oh. I'll pick it up.
It is identified for you as a figurine of wondrous power.
Okay.
A figurine of wondrous power is a statuette of a small beast, small enough to fit in your pocket. If you use an action to speak the command word and throw the figurine to a point on the ground within 60 feet of you, the figurine becomes a living creature.
And I would just know that.
Alexander would tell you. Leona would tell you, yeah.
Would I know what the command word is?
You get to make it up.
Oh.
Salix, you find a... What are your Kinsei weapons? It's a spear and a bow? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was going to give you something else, but okay. You find a magical spear. This spear actually piques your interest because it is not made of perfectly straight material. In fact, you wouldn't even know it was a spear at first if somebody hadn't pointed it out to you. The end, it's wooden. It looks like a tree branch, essentially, but as you hold it in your hands, there's something about the weight of it that is perfectly balanced for your hand to go in the exact position that you know it's supposed to go to get the best throw on a spear. It's almost like it's curved in a way to match, which is strange because it doesn't look aerodynamic, and at least the end is, it's made of wood, like a piece of driftwood almost. And it's a magical spear.
Yay. I immediately, after realizing what it is, I take the bunch off of my... Actually, no. I'm going to hold on to my original spear. It'll keep the bunch.
Yeah, good idea. Besides, we can't have your art not be canon anymore.
Well, I was just gonna switch the bunch over, but I am a monk. Double spears are pretty cool.
God, I just got the coolest image. I need you to do a video of that.
I need to get some practice with the staff first.
Fair.
I'll do a Ko-fi link for staff.
You actually find another staff, interestingly enough. But Alexander pointed out to you that this is an uncommon item. It needs to be attuned to by a cleric, druid, or a warlock. It is a staff of the Python.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, both of the twins got animals, things that turn into animals. Holy crap! Okay, a little bit of backup. I am going to spoil this because I asked each of my players to come up with one item for themselves, one uncommon item for themselves out of this loot, and one uncommon item for another person in the party. And Devereaux picked Salix's and Kiri picked Kendall's. That was a good pick for y'all. Good job. I am so proud. Oh, I can't stop smiling now. That was adorable. Devereaux, you're kind of... What do you look like as you're sorting through this loot?
What do I look like? Well, I mean, it's a mountain of treasure. I've never seen this much wealth in one place. Except for maybe on those rare occasions when Mom would make giant brunches for people. And the table was just stacked tall with so much food, baked goods. Ooh, fresh pancakes. I could really go for a nice breakfast right about now. But, I'm just kind of doing my best to stay on the slope of all of the shiny trinkets and treasure. Just kind of like, ankle deep in gold and just kind of like pushing things around and kind of rummaging through, looking at like platters and plates and be like, meh, and just looking, tossing things over my shoulder, and I don't know, just looking for something interesting.
You find something interesting, you actually get your foot caught in it. It is a rope of climbing.
Ooh, fresh rope.
60 foot of silk rope. Can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Well, I take my old rope, see you later, and I chuck it and replace it with this fresh rope.
And as you are replacing it, there's a small, let me describe this for you really quick. Because it's actually quite beautiful.
Ooh.
You find what looks to be almost a tiara of some sort. It is, it goes all the way around. You think it might be like a helm of bronze, golden, some sort of filigree. In the center there is what looks to be some sort of clear gemstone. It might be a diamond, it might be something else. And it has blasts of gold coming out from all sides, and it comes down to a slight peak. I will paste a picture of it in the Discord.
Ooh. Sounds
it is-
gorgeous.
Quite gorgeous.
A lot nicer than the rusty old bronze circlet we found in the base of that sawmill.
It is. It's much nicer than that. Leona identifies that for you as a circlet of blasting.
Ooh. Sounds dangerous. I quickly tuck it. I quickly put it over my head and like tuck it under my messy bangs. So like you can occasionally see a little glimmer of gold in between my platinum hair. Ah, this feels right. How does it work?
Well, no, I'm not gonna do Leona. She can play Scytharia, but I'm not in the right place to play Leona today. So
You're good.
she explains to you that you just concentrate on it, and you can use an action to cast the Scorching Ray spell with it.
Neat. Okay. Awesome.
It can only be used once that way per dawn.
Once per day until the first dawn of every day.
I need that gift. Andrew, please. Thank you. Kiri. You find actually a matching cloak of protection to Kendall. In fact, they're the exact same color, exact same inside. Both a distinctive kind of dark black with bluish green trim.
Grenade.
It's when you and Kendall are kind of looking for any differences in your identical cloaks, that you find a small stone. It's a small, smooth stone, like a worry stone that's flat on both sides. On one side, you see it has 4 oak leaves in a circle in various states of the year. One full, one inlaid with gold, one skeletal, and one sprouting. This is a stone of good luck. You all have some of the magic items. You have way more gold than you will ever spend in your entire lives at level 5. Good job. You're welcome.
Watch me.
Thank you, oh benevolent DM.
Y'all killed that ancient green dragon.
I do just want to point out, and I'm sorry to interrupt, I was very tempted to get the twins the Rings of Shared Suffering.
I was tempted to get Sending Stones.
With enough gold, you could get like necklaces or earrings or something. Like
Let's figure
where you
that
Can
can
we
out.
all get matching earrings?
or rings. That'd be really sweet.
I'm super cool with that. It's like getting matching tattoos, but fantasy style.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, could we make them tattoos?
Wait, tattoos exist.
Their Unearthed Arcana does have some magical tattoos.
Where's the closest Grassgrave tattoo parlor?
There are no tattoo parlors in Grassgrave, I will tell you that.
We gotta get out of here.
Would y'all like to get out of here?
No, we gotta get our armor.
I mean, to Grassgrave, out of this
Oh, yeah.
dragon's lair.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Did
smells
we
funky.
harvest the dragon for parts?
You can try and roll. You know this is going to be very difficult. The challenge rating on this is going to be very high.
I would
Why
like.
not? We'll at least try and see what we can.
I
get.
just want. I want at
This-
least something to like hold on to, like for myself.
At the
Yeah.
very worst,
I
we
would.
just
I would like a
mutilate him.
tooth.
Okay, everybody, roll me some nature checks. For anybody watching, I love to use the Monster Harvester's Handbook for 5e. It's amazing for stuff like this.
You said nature, so I rolled an 18, 23.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use one of my crits.
Let's do it. What's the total bringing you to?
That'll be 24.
Wow. Damn. Okay. You know what? Salix. There never was a challenge that you couldn't find yourself rising to, even in the Grove. And you've spent a lot of this journey feeling like you didn't get to do your skills, while they have come in handy, have not been the center of attention as they always have, which is not a bad thing. You know, that's not a thing to judge yourself on, but in the Grove,
Kendall's journey.
exactly, you feel like it is sometimes Kendall's journey. You've had yours in the Grove, and you've excelled, and you remember what it feels like to, in this moment, you remember what it feels like to be incredibly brilliant and talented and gifted in something, working hard for those things, but also having some sort of natural aptitude. I'm going to give you a list of all of the things that you are going to get and their value in gold pieces, because you are critting on this. There's no eggs here, but you do get the horn, which is worth 200 gold pieces. The tongue, 100 gold pieces. 5 claws, 4 claws, 80 gold pieces each. You get 20 teeth at 80 gold pieces each. Should you be able to carry it, you can have the skull. I don't know how you're going to get it anywhere. The liver is 100 gold pieces. You get both eyes, which are each 80 gold pieces. You get the gizzard, which is 750 gold pieces. You get what is called Draconis Fundamentum, which is an alchemical property. You get about, you get enough where you feel like this alone is more gold than anybody in your family has ever seen in their entire lives together. The gizzard, the Draconis Fundamentum, is worth 3,000 gold pieces. You have it 3,000 gold pieces worth. You also get the heart, which is 1,000 gold pieces worth. The rest of you watch as Salix, as soon as she gets started carving, because you carved the black dragon, but you actually remembered that you had studied at one point in time a while ago the anatomy of a green dragon, and for some reason, maybe it was your recent death, but for some reason you are able to recall everything from this small manual that you had. And Kendall Devereux-Curie, by the time Salix is done with this dragon a few hours later, is unrecognizable. She has dissembled it, and Salix, you don't even feel as though any time has passed.
Completely covered in dragon blood.
Oh yes.
I wipe my hands off and I say,
Okay, so I've put most of this in the bag, anything that I could fit in there at least.
what all are we gonna actually have to carry out?
I think you can get everything in your bag except for the skull.
Okay.
How much
Maybe
does the
just-
skull weigh?
Things you never thought you'd have to Google.
It's massive.
While you're Googling, I'm standing there with both my hands on my hips, kind of like stretching a little bit as Salix did all this. And well done. Looks like you did a great job.
She didn't need any of our help.
I wanted to
Um,
help, but you're kind of in the zone.
And-
So, I'm just going to point out really quickly that a T-Rex skull is 4 feet long and weighs 2,500 pounds.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
never mind.
I don't
Forget
think we're
it.
getting this anywhere.
No, it's not going
It's really a marvel to look at, though. I think. Oh, I'm gonna sketch it in my book real quick.
Perfect.
I was just gonna say that.
You could both
And I
sketch it.
pull up. Wait. You're a mess. And I just start casting prestidigitation and like mock wiping you and cleaning up all the blood and everything that you've got going on.
Oh, thank you, Dev. Oh, sometimes you start working on something that's really interesting, and next thing you know, you're done.
And covered in blood, but that's okay. You really made quick work of it.
Some things are a little bit more morbid than others.
Is there like a fairly small like dragon claw or a piece of a dragon claw that I can grab?
Oh, yeah. She got 4 claws.
How large are they? Are they like that big? Okay.
Here's a chipped piece, if you want it.
There are small teeth.
I want the claw though, and
Banana.
I'm gonna grab the claw.
We'll say they have a dew claw that's like this big.
Okay. I grab that and I kind of stare at it in my hand for a little bit longer than usual, and then I put it away in one of my bags. Do you need any help carrying any of this?
Oh,
Where are we
well,
gonna put it all?
we're just gonna stuff it in the bag, really, and then when we get back, we'll pull them out and sell them. Yes. I do want to keep a couple of these teeth and a claw, but everything else I think we can just get rid of. Is everyone ready to go?
Think so?
Yeah, we should get out of here.
The 4 of you make your way out of this dragon's lair. It's quiet in the forest. Still, the stench of this dragon's presence lingers. But you're still armed with your hero's feast and feeling pretty invincible. Maybe not invincible. Feeling victorious, at least. It's a few days' journey back to Grassgrave. What would you like to accomplish in that time?
Mechanically, I would like to attune my magic necklace.
Okay. Your necklace of heroism.
I will also mechanically tune all my items, but I have something for the first time we take a rest.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I will take watch with Kiri and wait until Kendall is in his trance. Are you doing anything in particular while we're watching?
Not while anyone can see.
Okay. I'll kind of catch your eye across the fire. And
Head my way over.
as you start to move, I just transform into a midnight black wolf, keeping your eye. And then I turn and I walk out into the forest.
Your passive insight, Kiri, would be enough to know that you probably understand that she wants some space.
space from
You.
the group for a conversation? Okay. I will go, but I'll also bring my hammer, just to be...
You gonna follow her?
Yeah.
Okay. Some space. I meant some space from all of you. From you. But if
Oh,
you.
from me included?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll let her go.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was misinterpretation.
No worries.
That's okay.
You're still
I,
welcome to follow her if you'd like.
Yeah,
But-
you can follow, but
Okay.
okay. I walk out a bit of a distance and I start a wide circle around our camp. Not so far as to be considered away from camp, but far enough that any sounds I make aren't gonna disturb anybody sleeping or transing.
Definitely you are able to do so.
And I start making just a wide circle around camp, starting off quietly and swiftly. As I duck under a fallen, half-rotten log, I blink and I see teeth snap shut around me. Keep going. Not real. I hear a whoosh of a slapling as I start speeding up a little bit, and I duck my head lower to avoid Kendall's arrow. At first, my paws barely seem to touch the ground. I move more of a hunter stalking pace, but I quickly start speeding up in the circle, paws thudding very regularly. At this point, I'm sure Kiri can possibly hear the sound of the paws through going around, definitely still within distance. I leap over come around the pass, running now, and I leap over the log, that same one, and on the other side, the leaves are as dark as dragon scales. But I keep going, and I land, and I just faster and faster and faster, I keep running, until finally my muscles ache, and I'm panting heavily, and I stop, and I drop my head, and I see Kendall's eyes, first filled with green and black smoke, and then the smoke clears, and it turns steel blue again. Take a deep, shaking breath. I throw my muzzle into the moon, and with every ounce of pain and fear, frustration, and anger that I feel for everything that's happened, I give a pair of long, mournful howls. And then I sink to the ground and just sit there until either something disturbs me or I change back into Salix.
Thank you, Harris. Kiri, you are able to hear some of this.
Am I able to hear the howls? Okay. I'll take note of that, but also while Salix is gone, this gives me a great opportunity to check my pack and take inventory on how our sprite friend is doing. So I will, as soon as I'm sure that everyone is asleep and that Salix is 100% out of earshot, I will quietly go over my pack and pop it open. Hello in there.
That was crazy!
Yeah, it was a lot. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Wow, you live a crazy life.
That was new. That was new.
Thank you for the food. It was very yummy. I feel so brave now.
Yeah, that was very good food. That was very good food.
Those people were weird.
Yeah, you could say that again. I liked them though. They were special, I think.
How was it to see another Eladrin?
It reminded me of home.
I want to go home.
Comforting. I do too.
Do you think I should stay here a little bit longer, or? I don't want you to worry about me.
Well, you know, that's your decision. If I'm being entirely honest, I think, you know, staying in range while we went into the cave to fight a dragon, I mean, I don't think there's much more dangerous that you could do, so
That's fair.
that much is neither here nor there. It's whatever you want to do. I would like your company, but I can hardly expect you to just follow us around as we do God's know what.
Well, I lost my companion, and I figured for now it's better to stay with someone else, especially someone from home.
Yeah, I get that.
I heard that there's a kitsune who roams these parts sometimes. She's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, so I might keep an eye out for her. But I
Keep an eye out too.
she's very pretty from what I hear.
Kitsune usually are.
Very tricksy. So I think I'll stay with you.
Okay. I just wanted to check, make sure you're still doing okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm enjoying just sitting in your bag, and well, I come out sometimes, usually when I'm invisible.
Yeah. Do you mind if I introduce you to a friend?
Who?
I gesture at the elk that I'm sitting next to.
Wow! It's so big. Oh my gosh. What?
I found him the other night.
He looks so cool. Can I pet him?
Should have lifted Nara up to pet Twan.
She like flutters and then flies and launches herself at the face of this giant mook and just wraps her arms around it. They don't go very far. I love you. She starts to kind of flutter up Ton's antlers and checks everything out. This is so cool!
Well, this is Twan. Twan, this is Nara.
This is my new best friend.
I like him a lot too. I don't quite know how we found each other, if I'm being entirely honest, but I think he's from our home too, or at least he knows about it.
Yeah, he looks old as time. There's a myth, a legend about the Lord of the Mountain in the Feywild. He's a creature that is neither horse nor moose nor elk nor unicorn nor Pegasus, but somehow all of them. And it said that if you can convince him to be your friend, your mount, that the bond that you two have will live on forever. Kind of reminds me of that.
Kind of reminds me of that too.
Kira, you and Nara can continue to hang out with Ton if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do that until it gets close to a time that anybody might wake up for the next watch, and then I'll kind of allow her privacy and let her
Okay.
head back.
Ken, Salix is still out. You've not heard from her in a while.
I will, at the end of my watch, I'll wake up Kendall.
Okay.
I don't know if he's next in watch, but he's getting woken up. So
Wild shape only actually lasts for an hour, so
Oh.
I would come back.
Okay. Thanks, Salix.
if Salix gets back during my watch, I'll just give her a nod and allow her her space.
I don't say anything. I just sit there, kind of just playing with my new spears, so to speak, but just fitting in with it.
Do you take your trance, Salix? Kendall, your trance is quiet. Have you attuned to your new sword yet?
I don't think there's been enough time for me to attune to it yet.
Okay, so you didn't attune to it before you went to sleep. That's perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, I want to attune to it, but I don't think I had enough time
Sure.
even if I went to sleep.
Yeah. So you fell asleep and found your trance to be dreamless. When you wake up, Salix is already into hers. Salix, your first trance since your death experience comes frustratingly difficultly. Is frustratingly difficult. But you do slip into it, and once you do, your mind's eye, you are flashed with the vision that you experienced during that period. You remember the forest. You remember Willow. You remember movement in the trees. Questioning eyes looking at you. Curious. Apprehensive. Anxious even. You remember the way your tattoos faded, but remained just gray. And it is. You feel, even in your trance, you feel the memory begin to slip. Faster than most memories do. You find yourself unable to recall the brilliant pieces you had seen before so brilliantly. Like a dream that fades the more you try to think about it. You do remember those three things, though. You remember the forest. You remember the willow. You remember those eyes. And after some time, you are awoken from your trance. But before you do, Kendall.
Is Salix already in her trance when I wake up for mine?
She is.
I slip off my cloak and I wrap it around her as lightly as I possibly can without disturbing her.
Mhm.
And then I go over to Dev and I stir them awake.
Okay.
Dev. Dev.
What?
I know you usually sleep longer, but I need your help.
Kendall, it's like. What time is it?
4 hours since you've been to bed.
What? That's like. I was in. Okay, what's the matter?
I need your help with something.
What?
Come on.
Now I gotta.
Come on.
Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. I take a little splash of water out of my water skin and throw it in my face. Okay, what? What do you need? Where are we going?
Okay, we're not going anywhere. I just need your help. But real quick, and then I pull out the little figurine, and I speak the command word, which is Tasade, and I say it out loud.
What's that?
And the little figurine turns into the silver raven. I think I'm gonna call it Nose.
Does it get?
You would know what that means because it's Elvish.
Uh-huh.
The command word I spoke in Elvish was willow, and the name means family.
Is this something Dev would say?
And then I cast Speak with Animals on it, and I just tell it, just watch over them for a little bit. And I point to Kiri and Salix.
Easy enough.
Kendall, does the raven get no say in its name choice?
What do you mean?
It's. Never mind. It's late. Alright, so now what?
Hold on, everyone. I have to deal with something real quick. Anyways, after that, I pick up the sword of Cass, and I say, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I need you to watch over me for a little bit. And I grab it, and I walk over to like the campfire that I assume we made, and I sit cross-legged on it, and I lay it across my lap with my hands under it, and I just start focusing on it.
Devereaux,
sit-
do you stay awake?
I sit across from him and just kind of watch for a little bit. Doing great, Kendall.
Oh,
Keep it up.
Dev, look, there's some skewers by the fire.
Huh? Skewers?
I left you some skewers
For what?
to eat.
Well, what's on them?
It may or may not be dragon bits. I don't know,
Oh, okay.
but it's most definitely dragon bits.
Great.
Don't tell Salix.
I stop and look. I never asked. Do you all hear what's going on while you're trancing?
I don't know what that means, Dev.
What do you mean you do? Do you hear what's going on around you while you're trancing?
Oh, do we? I don't think so.
Not really.
No, usually just whatever's going on in the trance, I guess.
Oh, good. Then I don't need to worry about waking anyone up if this is really tasty. And I just grab a skewer and start eating it. And that eating will wake me up. I guarantee it. I take a huge chomp out of the first dragon bit on the skewer. It's certainly a lot stronger in taste than the black dragon.
It's a little bit more sinewy, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Daventarth moved around a bit too much.
So, I'm gonna try to talk to my sword, if that makes sense, Dev.
Not really, but who am I to stop you? Go for it.
It started saying something in the cave.
Wait. The sword was talking to you?
More like thanking me.
Okay, okay. I knew this was gonna happen. I walk over and I like put my hand against your forehead. You've taken a few too many hits on the head, haven't you? Are you feeling okay?
Dev, I didn't look at me. I didn't get scratched.
Uh, are you sure?
Well, I mean, I kind of scratched. I kind of like burned my hands on that rope, but other than that,
Do you think maybe you like hit your head on a rock when you dropped down? I couldn't really see over that
I don't
ravine
remember.
edge.
You know, you're right. But I guess if I am imagining it, then that wouldn't talk back to me, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right? If I imagined it then it wouldn't happen now.
Eh, as long as you know what? Yeah, just do what you gotta do. I'll sit and watch. It's okay.
Okay.
And I turn around and just kind of sit across the fire again.
Anything happens, I trust you.
For what?
And then I close my eyes and I put my hands under the sword that's laying on my lap, and I kind of just bow a little bit, like lean my head down, and I just start concentrating on it really hard. And I just start concentrating, thinking, hello?
Kendall. You wait, quietly, to hear that same voice. And it takes a moment, but after some time... Hello. I was hoping we would have some time to talk.
I think we have it now. Who are you?
My name is Castirnia. What are you called?
My name's Kendall Evertree. Castinia?
Castirnia.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but I can guarantee you I may never say that. Is there something else that I could call you? Unless you don't like it when they call you Cass.
No. Cass is the name of a man who wielded me. I adopted... even Castirnia is a... My name is long forgotten. I do not remember it.
Well, that's not great, but I guess the good news is you can choose a new name.
Maybe you can help me find one.
Okay. What do you like to do in your free time?
Really?
That's right. You're a sword. Hold on. My eyes are closed and I forgot who I was looking at.
Make a wisdom check.
That's a solid 1. You know what? No, I will use... You know what? For this one, I'll use my crit for it.
Ooh. Okay. You close your eyes and concentrate again, and you see the face of a woman. An elven woman. She has glowing amber eyes, dark ashen skin, pitch black hair pulled back into a long braid that starts at the top and comes all the way down. I do know what I looked like once upon a time. She looks distinctly elven.
You have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. I've been waiting a long time to talk to someone. Like this, at least.
How long's it been?
Thousands and thousands of years. Not since I was made, forged into this weapon.
Oh. I'm guessing you didn't have a choice in that, did you?
Oh, I did. Very much so. And I would do it again to serve my lady.
Oh.
She
Well.
entrusted me above all of her others. And that is an honor that, well, that is the highest of honors.
Well, now you get to help me serve our queen.
You have a lot to learn.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Should you require it, you can have my help. I cannot give you access to all of my resources yet, but for a time I can give you some. This sword is imbued in a very powerful way that makes it, well, dangerous.
Well, I knew that was going to be the case. And I won't say no to any help you can give.
This is also my first time with a champion.
A champion?
When I was forged, I was given a task. You see, I have always had a gift for convincing men to do as I pleased. That's why I was given to Kaz. To overthrow the Whispered One. To end him. But I could not go as I am now. I had to present myself as something else. A farce, a masquerade. Were you anyone else, you would have had a much different voice when you met me.
Well, I'm glad that I'm me.
I'm glad that you are you too.
Am I the only one who can hear you? Or would my friends be able to talk to you too?
You are the only one who can hear me.
Deb's not gonna believe me.
Is it important to you that he believes you?
I guess I care what they think. I care what they all think. And I wouldn't really be holding you if it wasn't for how much I do care about them.
I was forged with a very specific purpose. I do not know if I can do what it is that you want. But I can help you. Protect them.
Good. And as long as you can do what Our Lady needs, and as long as I can do what Our Lady needs, I hope that's sufficient.
Do you know where you need to go?
Generally, almost always never. But this time, gotta find a book I lost.
A book?
It's called The Godfall, or just Godfall. It's supposed to help you destroy it.
If Our Lady commands it.
She does.
Have you had communion?
Gesundheit?
Communion.
Could. I don't think I know what that means.
You may find one of the 3 major temples of the Raven Queen. And you may enter and ask to seek communion with her. You can talk to her, pray to her. If she wishes, she will talk to you. And if you take me with you, both of us. I have not seen her in some time.
I think we can do that.
There are many temples. Well, 3 specifically, as I said. There is one in Wolfcrest, one in Raishar, and another, though I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I've heard of it. The one in Wolfcrest is highly tended to, and the one in Raishar is the oldest.
Raishar?
Raishar.
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 Okay, damn, this is actually a long
Raishar.
vocab.
Raishar.
Okay, Raishar. Okay. I say that in Kendall's voice. I'm sure somebody knows how to get there.
I'm sure. That is what I can tell you for now. Is there anything else you need of me?
Yeah. What do you think of the name Lusa?
Lusa.
It means whisper where I come from.
I'll think about it.
Well, you'll know where to find me. Casterna.
Castirna.
Tierna.
Kendall, this is, for the sake, you are considered attuned. For the sake of this is a +2 longsword. And I will message you the effects that it has during the break.
Okay. I open my eyes and I look over across the fire to see if Dev is still there.
I am there. I've eaten. And I'm awake. So, How did it go?
I think it went pretty well. I start standing up and I start like wrapping the sword in like cloth so I can hang it from my back.
So, does that mean it talked back, or you didn't hear anything?
Yeah, she talked back.
Oh, God. Okay. What did she have to say?
We have to go to Raishar. I don't know where that is, and I'm not sure I'm saying it right. Apparently, there's a really old temple of the Raven Queen there, and I can talk to her.
Okay.
And my sword wants to talk to her too.
All right. Well, I don't know where Raishar is, but I'm sure we can figure it out when we get to Grassgrave.
Somebody's got to know, right?
Well, I'd hope so. Can I go to bed now?
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Don't let me sleep too late, okay?
I mean, you might. Okay.
Thanks. And I'll just go back and curl up in my bedroll.
I'll grab any leftover food that Dev didn't eat.
Is there anything you'd like to accomplish on your watch?
No, I'm just gonna sit and watch my friends sleep in trance.
The dawn comes, as it always does, bringing Palor's promise with it. Bright and early.
I go grab my cloak of protection and put it on before I stir Stalix awake.
Okay.
I would wake up before Kiri because I went to sleep first.
Good morning.
Good morning. How
Look.
was watch?
I made a new friend. And I point to the raven.
Oh. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Is it going to follow us everywhere?
Just for a little bit.
Okay. What's its name?
I think I'm gonna call her Nose.
If you prefer.
And then I cast Speak with Animals on it again, and I say, "Come to my shoulder."
It does.
I know it's not as impressive as speaking to, being able to talk to all animals, but at least I've got one.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I kind of look at my bird. I go, "Do you eat?" No. Okay, that's easy. More for me. So, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but I talk to my sword.
Okay. Talking to swords now. Cool.
It
What did it say?
said that it's been waiting for a really long time and it really wants to see the Raven Queen. I'm sorry, she.
It's a girl sword?
Her name is Castirnia.
Okay. And how do you feel?
Relieved now that we're away from that dragon. Yet,
Are you feeling cursed or maybe feverish?
And I start like checking you for fever and stuff.
No, I don't think so.
No, you okay. You seem sane.
Would you like to make a medicine check on Kendall?
Yes.
Please do so.
Oh, that's pretty good. Let's see, medicine.
22.
He doesn't seem cursed.
Perfect. Okay. Great. And yeah. Well, okay. Castiria, and what does she wants to go see the Raven Queen. So does that mean we have to go see the Raven Queen?
I don't know if we have to, but I'd also like to.
Okay.
Plus, I have to find that book again and drive her through the book. And I don't know where the book's at. Maybe the Raven Queen can help.
As soon as you start mentioning the book, Salix starts kind of shrinking a little bit, looking very forlorn.
I'm sorry about that. I tried.
I don't think it's your fault at all, Petals. I let it happen too.
I don't think I don't know. I don't really think there was any way we were going to get out of that one.
No, I don't think so either.
But you know, we made it through a dragon fight and everything. 2 dragons actually.
Yeah, in a very short amount of time. That's a big coincidence, I think. Oh, wait, Dev would get mad if I let them sleep too long. Hold on.
Oh, wait, no, it's not
Oh, it's not. Oh.
not quite. Just a little bit longer. I try to keep track of how long they're sleeping to make sure it's about consistent.
Yeah, they get kind of cranky if they don't sleep. And then they get cranky when we let them sleep.
Well, I mean, everybody needs the proper amount of sleep. But I know that Dev's also a little bit lazy sometimes. But it's okay.
Wait, I have a question for you. When you're trancing, can you hear everything that's going on around you?
No?
Yeah, me either. I thought it was a weird question, but Dev asked it, and I didn't know how to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I thought it
Can
was
they
a weird.
hear when they're sleeping?
I don't know. Let's see. And I whisper, Dev. But like from far away. Dev.
Kiri, this is about when you wake up from your trips.
Oh, I was too loud. I think they can.
Wind.
I think they can. Quiet, quick.
The wind is talking.
They're so
I will
cute when they're
observe this.
sleeping.
Experiment.
Good morning, Kiri.
Right.
Morning, Kiri.
Ooh, I'll start some tea for morning breakfast. I know Dev likes to wake up with tea and breakfast.
You know, I do too, but I guess that's okay.
You were up first.
That's true.
Why do I never
you
wake
have
up to tea and breakfast?
I burn it. You know this.
Burned breakfast is better than none.
All right then. And I roll up my sleeves that I don't have because I have sleeveless arms. All right then. I'll make breakfast today. You can go sit next to Dev. I grab the
That's
oregano.
okay, I'd rather not.
This is the tea, right?
No,
Okay,
no,
we're gonna
no.
boil
I
this.
Kendall, please.
No, hold on. I can do this. You gotta
No.
let me try at least. And then
This is
we got
probably what wakes
skewers,
Dev.
And then
What are you all arguing about?
Don't worry about it, Dev. I'm making breakfast.
Wait, you're making breakfast?
I know, look. And I have a
Oh,
mess already.
oh no.
I'm
Everything's
going
gonna
to
be
start
burnt.
making tea in the smaller pot that I keep.
No, I
Hold
already
on,
have
hold
tea.
on.
Look.
No, it's okay. I got this. This is my blend. It's fine.
Oh, well, then I will use this for soup.
You're making soup for breakfast?
Breakfast soup? The Kendall special. Where are the dragon bits? Do we have potatoes? Maybe a leek?
No, but if you take a walk, you can probably take a leak too.
Oh, that reminds me. And I like scurry off. And behind a tree, you just hear.
Well, alright. Good morning, everyone. Jeez. So when are we leaving?
I'm done making breakfast.
I
Alright.
feel like we should also probably ask where are we going, because yes, it's Grassgrave immediately to sell off some of Daventarth, but after that, I can't imagine we want to stay in Grassgrave. I know I certainly don't.
I have my little pot over the fire and I'm stoking the fire with another stick. And without like turning over to you, is like, well, the sword says we got to go find Raishar. And I'm stirring the pot. Running back to
have
the
no idea
table.
where that is.
Jeez,
Yeah, me either.
I didn't dream that. Okay, right. Right, sure.
Well, I'm sure someone in Grassgrave will have a more complete map of the area. I mean, Dev, your maps are great, but if Raishar's not on it, we'll need to find one that is.
I can only note things in places I've seen and been to.
That's really useful, though.
Yeah. Wish it was a little more useful right now.
If it makes you feel better, I don't have any maps.
On the off chance that this place is very far away, are we ready to take a potentially cross-continental trip?
Well, if it's a new place, I'm always ready. I just don't know. Where are our horses?
They're nearby.
Because
Yeah,
we
would've
grabbed
had
them.
Yeah, we would have had to ride them out, right? Because we.
Perfect.
Yep.
had them
Okay.
close
Just
You
by.
wanted
got
to
'em.
make sure. Just want to make sure.
Well, if Raishar is far away from this fragrant place, then I'm all for it.
Maybe we can buy some new saddles and some new horseshoes.
Weren't we borrowing these horses?
You rented them. You got them in Grassgrave.
Well, maybe we can buy them now.
We could.
Well, I think we should go to Grassgrave.
Oh, we
I'm,
definitely need to go to Grassgrave. This heart will only keep for a little while, and I know that someone will buy it there.
I'm also excited to see what my new leather armor looks like.
It might be almost ready by the time we get back.
I think
How
it would
tight do
be
you think it's gonna be?
tight enough to stay on my body.
Fair.
You have another 2 days of travel. Is there anything else y'all would like to accomplish in that time?
I don't have anything now.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing specific for me.
You find yourselves after a few days back in Grassgrave. The town is bustling, as usual. Once again, you're reminded that this is a place that is not really visited very often. It's not a tourist town. There are... at this point, I would say it's mid-afternoon, on the equivalent of a Sunday, and you see various mix of humans and a few halflings, a couple of gnomes, some half-elves, a tiefling or two, in this town, kind of going about their business, as usual. It seems almost surreal that everybody in this town could be having just a normal day after the experiences you all have had.
Should we go get a room first, or maybe some food, or maybe a shower, or maybe we can go get our armor? There's so much to do. The day is so bright.
Well, the armor's still gonna take a little bit. But we should go by. Let's go by Gertz first. I can unload this stuff, and then we'll figure out what we need to do, or what we want to do, really.
I'd like to track down a library if I could while we're here as well.
The closest thing that you're gonna find to a library in this small town is going to be a Temple of Ioun. It's a very small temple.
Okay.
Maybe it's just 2 stories. It's essentially a small library, like a small town's public library.
Okay.
Quite small.
Sure.
I'll go with you on that journey too. Or I guess we'll probably all go.
I'm definitely going, yeah.
Books. Yes.
And as you make your way into town, that is where we are going to take a quick break. Everybody please get up, stretch, pet your dogs, wash your hands, drink some water. We will be right back.
Now
You're
we're
good.
muted.
This is the opposite of what we needed.
I was muted.
Oops, okay.
This is fine. It's because I accidentally muted us to go anyway. Anyway, the point is, I'm so good at this, friends. It's fine. Oh, we got rated by Fate Forge Academy.
Hello, lovelies.
Hey, we know them.
We do know them, Miss Sweet Peas. Okay, Deborah, why don't you give us an in-character recap really quick for our new friends?
So we found some magical loot at the Dragon's Hoard. I got a lovely golden tiara, circlet, something. But I also found a magic rope, and that's all that matters to me. I mean, everyone else got some other stuff too, which is pretty cool. And we traveled for a day, and I went to sleep, and I don't know what happened while I was asleep, but Kendall woke me up at some point and was like, "Hey, buddy, I need you to watch me while I talk to my sword." And I was like, okay. But Kendall made some dragon kebab, so I had a little bit of a late night snack, and I watched him kind of stare at his sword for like, I don't know, was it like an hour? It's really hard to tell when it's super late. Everything feels like it takes an eternity. But he said his sword talked to him, and she wants him to go to a place called Rayshar to talk with the Raven Queen. And I mean, I don't know where that is. I mean, no one knows where that is. Not even the sword knows where it is, I guess. So we decided we'd go to Grassgrave and pick up our armors that we commissioned from the Black Dragon parts. Not to be confused with the Green Dragon that we just killed and took parts from. And Oh, do you think they'd make parts out of the green dragon stuff too? But we're gonna get our stuff and see if there's someone who can tell us where Rayshar is, and that's about where we got.
Perfect. You've made it back to Rayshar, and you have found a small library. Kiri, what did you want to look for in this library?
I wanted to look for two things. One, if I can find real quickly, where exactly is Rayshar and how far is it from us?
All right, you are able to find a map.
All right.
It's linked in the chat.
Oh, hey Dev. Since we have a little bit, do you want to make a copy of this map so you can use it for later?
Is that legal?
I think so, yeah. This
Okay.
is the Temple of Ioun, so you know they believe in free distribution of the knowledge that they have. So
Perfect.
they would probably encourage you to.
Give me like 10 minutes, and I'll work on it.
Okay.
And I will take graciously the real map, roll it out, and get started on making a mock-up as quickly as I can. But accurately.
Easy enough.
Kendall's perusing the books to see if there's anything that may have information of secret cults, like the Silence.
Why don't you make an investigation check? Kiri, what are you doing?
With the bookkeeping, so to speak, out of the way, I would like to look for anything I can find on, like, Fey lore as it relates to the material plane. Long story short, I'm looking to see if I can find, like, an Unseelie equivalent to the Grove.
Interesting.
That is a place that exists.
Interesting.
Do you say what you're looking for at all?
I mean, not unless I'm asked.
Okay, well, if I see the type of books that you're looking at, I will ask.
What does that ask look like?
Hey, Kiri, are you looking for anything in particular? Can I help at all?
I am. I'm looking for a place that's, well, I don't know. Well, let me start. I don't know if this is a type of place that exists, but I want to see if there's a place like your grove that talks to the other side.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't see why it would be impossible. I'm not 100% sure how much about my grove is written other than in that one place.
Yeah.
So even if there was something, it might not be here at all. But we can look.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking kind of generally. I'm looking to see if I can find really anything that might help me get home, get a message across, that sort of thing. Any sort of places of power, people, anything like that.
Why don't you roll an investigation check for me?
All right.
I'll help them.
Are you proficient in investigation?
I might not be.
Well, that's ass. Can I
Nope.
use an advantage?
Of course, you don't need to ask.
Okay. Oh, that's still ass. Oh, fuck. Can I use my fate point? Fate die?
You can?
Can you explain it to me again? What the?
Let's
fate die
talk about the fate die really quick.
Okay.
Everybody in my campaigns has a fate die. This is a die that you can use to re-roll anything that you want. Whenever you use it, though, something crazy will happen involving your backstory.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually used to get out of jail. Like, it's like get out of jail for. If you want it, okay,
Okay.
I'm not trying to discourage you from using it, but I'm saying you people. The idea is that you would use it for something to get out of jail free, or
Okay, yeah.
Do it.
But I mean, here we are, Alex.
Do it.
No, now I'm scared. I'll take the 14.
okay, okay. It looks like Dexara is gonna. Oh, okay, never mind. So, with the 14, you would be able to find a book called Rifts in the Plains. Rifts. I hate that word all of a sudden. Rifts in the Plain. And it talks about some of the known locations where the places between the Feywild and the Shadowfell and other places are noted to be thinner. Interestingly enough, the book is written by a person by the name of, hold on. Let me consult my notes. It is written by Lysy Errn, Lysy-Errn. You recognize this as a Wood Elf name. And she describes herself as a Horizon Walker. This is a bit of lore that she has kind of dug up throughout her days. This was written about maybe 10 years ago. She speaks of several entrances to the Feywild exist in Feybreach, which is the place where the Feywild used to have a solid open connection. At Feybreach, you know Feybreach pretty well. This is where you landed, essentially, when you were exiled. There are a lot of sprites roaming around, a lot of Fey presence there. Hence the name Feybreach. There's an entrance there. You know that there is also an entrance to the Feywild hidden in the the Sharp Mountains that are west of the Wildwoods. Let me pull up my map. That long stretch of mountains that totally has a name. Just north of you. There's also supposedly several on East Haven, which is the primarily elven continent. There is one that is highly protected by the elves in the north. There's a town there, a settlement there of elves who are very protective and do not allow outside races in. They think that they're basically highly loyal to kind of like their race and protecting. They only speak Sylvan, etc. They're very aggressive towards outsiders. That's what you find.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Got it in my notes.
Kendall, remind me what you wanted to find again.
I wanted to see if I can find any information on the silence, and I rolled a 13 total.
Ah, okay. With that 13, you would be able to find, let's just say you asked for a little bit of help. Would that be fair? From a cleric of Iyun?
Oh, yeah.
They were able to bring out a book on factions in Senmaria. What's written about the Silence, it is noted to be, is largely speculation. The Silence is a very secretive organization. Their purpose, from what these clerics of Iyun have gathered, is to keep corrupting influences out of the wrong hands. So, crazed wizards that might use in very powerful books for evil are taken. This group is speculated to be largely a scapegoat for assassins all over the realm. Whenever somebody powerful is taken out, people say, "Oh, it was the Silence," or at least people who know about the Silence. The book estimates that maybe only a third or a quarter of Sanmarian citizens know about the Silence's existence, and some think it's largely a fiction. That's what you find.
DM, I thought of something that I might actually want to look for
Oh,
while we're here.
yeah?
After I finish copying the map down, I'll roll the scroll back up and call to Salix. I did it! I got the map! And I hold it out for you to look at. It's a pretty good replication, right?
Oh, it looks great, Dev.
I mean, you could compare them if you want. But,
Sure.
I mean,
They look the same though.
great. Then here's the original. And while you and Kiri are looking, I'm gonna hit some of the other stacks. And I will scurry off to see if I can find any information about Evandra's messengers.
Avandra's messengers. Okay. Why don't you roll investigation?
Oh, I'm not good at that. But I'll try. Oh, alright. 15 plus 3, 18.
Oh yeah, you do find a bit about Avandra. There's a large section dedicated to the gods. Avandra is written about. You actually find a book written by halflings. You discover that Avandra, or halflings, this book is primarily about halflings and their relationship to Avandra. It talks about how halflings were created by Sehanine and Melora, but kind of somewhat discarded during the Dawn War. That was when Avandra found the plucky little race and decided that they fit her ideals perfectly. She adopted them, and there are two bits of lore that are kind of talked about in this. The first is about her creation of changelings. It talks about how Avandra used to be deeply involved in the lives of halflings, that she delighted in making their lives better. However, there was one particular mortal who curried her favor. This subject was a beautiful woman who was being pursued by a cruel suitor. The stories go that this suitor had set his servants on her like hunting dogs. 2 times, twice Avandra helped her to flee, or fight by changing her luck, and each time the woman praised Avandra after her escape. The 3rd time the woman was threatened, Avandra gifted her with the power to change form so that she could save herself from any future threat. But the woman used her power to become an assassin, killing her suitor and all who had ever served him. When Avandra sought her out to rebuke her, the woman used her power to hide from the goddess. By the time Avandra found the woman, her children's children had given birth to many more offspring. All having the power to change shape. The goddess's gift, once given, could not be taken away. Thus, the race of doppelgangers and their descendants, changelings, were born. Ever since then, she has been very careful to help mortals only in small ways, often by hiding her hand. The book says that by allowing mortals to face their own problems, Avandra provides them with a chance to discover their full potential. Avandra also has a book, or a small section called The Divine Compromises, which states that she was the one who helped Pelor come to agreements with Zahir, the god of darkness, to create day versus night, and Kala, the goddess of winter at the time, to help balance summer versus winter. And it was through this agreement, this compromise, that they were able to all join together and continue to fight the Dawn War and win. Unfortunately, this book does not discuss any of Avandra's particular servants or exarchs or archangels.
Okay. Neat.
Actually, you do actually hear that Avandra has never taken an exarch into her service, or at least not in ages. Unfortunately, it doesn't really quite get after what you were looking for, but it does give you some insight into the Changebringer.
Gotta look for older books. Got it.
The Cleric of Ayun does tell you that you would be able to find more about Avandra, probably in Raishar or Wolfcrest. They say that they would point you to the capital, but it's in the middle of a war, so they recommend not going there at the time. Not unless they say you're very brave. Anybody else?
Sounds like we just need to go to Raishar then. We do need to go and see Gert, though. I think my bag is beginning to smell a little.
Oh, that was you? Oh, thank goodness.
I mean, I know it's normally you, but anyways, let's get out of here.
I follow behind.
You are thanked on your way out. You see Gertrude's ramshackle shop. What used to be a whole sign probably said Gertrude's, but the RUDE''S has fallen off and it just says Gert. And you see this woman once again inside. You're back. Welcome. How did the dragon go?
Oh, well, you know, mixed results, but we're here. And I managed to get quite a few parts for you. Did you want to take a look at them?
That sounds amazing. Let me see.
And I will pull out essentially everything you gave me aside from... Where is the list? Just had it.
You'll pull out essentially half of Daventorth.
Yeah.
Raise
right
the
here.
price, Sarenrae. Look at all this loot y'all found.
I imagine I have a bunch of stuff in my sack too, and I just throw it on the table too.
Yeah,
Wow.
essentially the only things I'm keeping is, I think Kendall took a claw. I'm gonna keep a claw. I'm gonna keep 4 teeth. And that's it.
Well, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't have enough gold to pay you for all this.
You know what? That's okay.
What do you mean that's okay?
Well, I mean, there's no way I could possibly use all of this before it goes bad, but you might be able to. And if you can, help the people in this area, or if you find anything that we might like and you see us again, then I would appreciate the favor. But, you know, we don't really need that much gold. Yes, Kendall?
This is actually a question for the dungeon master.
Mhm.
Would I know that if she's an enchanter or some sort?
Yeah.
Okay, then well, maybe next time we're in Grassgrave, you'll remember us.
What do I call you all?
Oh, no.
Oh, damn it.
At this again.
I don't think we have a name.
I'm Devereaux.
I'm Salix.
I'm Kendall. And that's Kiri.
Devereaux Thistlebrook. Don't forget it.
Maybe, and I pull out my little dragon claw, and I like sit on the table. I was like, and I'll say, is there anything you can do to maybe, can you make these into matching somethings for us?
What did you put on the table?
The little dragon claw that I grabbed. Oh, I guess it was like this big.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, of course. That's sorry, I'm a little overwhelmed by your kindness. I tell you what. I think I have something I can do for you all. One second. And she turns around and goes into the back of her shops and starts to rummage through some older boxes and opens up some wooden chests and closes them. Nope, here we go. Okay. She comes back to you with a small wooden box. It looks to be some sort of dark wood with ripples in the grain, and she opens it up and there are 5 rings inside. I know that there's 4 of you and 5 rings, but well, who knows?
What are these?
Oh, they're are you familiar with the sending spell?
Oh, yes.
These allow you to talk telepathically to each other as long as you are within 1 mile of each other.
Ooh. And I kind of like rush over there, but I don't grab them without permission. I kind of just stare at them for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I slowly go in there and grab, and I pass them out to everybody, and I put mine on real quick.
There are different stone types. They look a little different. 1 second. One of them is... Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Okay. One of them is going to be... Oh my gosh, Google. One of them is amber. One of them is amethyst. Another is a garnet, a jade, and lastly, the last one is a soft rose quartz.
You said amber, garnet, jade, rose quartz, and what was the first one? I think you said?
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Who do you give what ring, Kendall?
Oh, I'm choosing this. Okay.
Well, you picked it up and you said you're going to hand them out. Who do you give what?
I didn't know they were gonna be different, Eris. Okay, here we go. I start. I have 'em in my hand, and I start, and then I realize that there's different colors on them, and I'm gonna Google real quick what they look like.
Would you like me to describe them for you? I'll do you one better. Amber
Yes, please.
Amber is a bright yellow golden warm stone with flecks and ripples of orange within it. Amethyst is purple, dark purple with sharp edges. What it was next? What's next? Jade? Jade is kind of a lighter green with flecks of dark in it and swirls of light and dark greens.
Garnet is a deep red,
Yes.
almost black.
Yes.
Rose quartz is a light pink,
Yes.
very soft.
Yes.
I grab the amber and I hand it to Salix. Here, have this one. And then I look at the rest of them. I grab the amethyst one and I give it to Devereaux. Do you like this one?
Does it fit? Oh, hey, yeah, it fits. Perfect.
Kiri, I think this one would be good for you. And I hand them the rose quartz.
Shit, I'm fucking muted. Like, gosh, take it, put it on.
And then I slide the jade one onto my hand.
You
And I
leave
think
the garnet.
the garnet's still in my hand, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Immediately, oh, there it is. Okay, you do it before
I-
me.
I was just gonna say we could probably just hold on to it, and then maybe if we find someone that we want to be able to stay in touch with, we can give it to them.
Within a mile.
I think real hard at Salix, and I think to her, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, that's so fun!
Wait, can we only think it one person at a time, or can we think it
So,
everyone at the same time?
Here's an interesting note about these stones. You have to speak it out loud. And while you are within earshot of each other, it just sounds like you're talking normally, so there's no like echo or whatever. But if you were to go out of earshot and say something out loud, the other person would be able to hear you.
Salix, hold that thought. And I run outside and I close the door. And then I think real hard at her.
You think real hard, nothing happens.
And then out loud I say, I think that's a great idea.
You hear it. As clearly as if he was right next to you.
I say out loud,
Oh, it's like you never left. I like these.
Pop my head in through the door. But I did.
thank you, Gertrude.
Dev. And then I close the door. Can you hear me?
No.
But I heard that. I pop my head back in. I heard that.
I was joking. Just don't get us confused for your sword, okay?
For the rest of this, I can give you 1,000 gold. How does that sound?
That sounds fine.
Okay.
with that.
Why don't you, you keep the Dracronus. That will keep for a while. The Fundamentum.
Oh, thank you. I'm still a little new at making potions myself. I've only got a couple under my belt.
Well, practice with some of this.
I will. Oh, I'm so excited.
Was there anything else I can do for you all while you're here?
Well,
The armor she was making, or it was somebody else?
It was her. Yeah.
we do need to get the armor, but I'm not 100% sure if it's done yet.
Oh no, it needs about 2 more days to cure.
That's fine. So you'll see us in about 2 days then.
Perfect.
And thank you. You have a great day, Gertrude.
You too. Nice people.
We'll leave.
Sunday friends, what would you like to do with your day?
Need a place to stay.
I'd like to shower or bathe again and eat.
You can head back to that inn. Carla's Cafe.
Oh, it's an inn now too?
It's also an inn.
Cool.
All taverns are in, it's fine.
Taverns are so in. Sorry.
They're in this year. That's canon.
You walk into this inn, it's a bit ramshackle on the outside, but warm and comforting on the inside. There's a log bar, plenty of open tables, a few booths in the back. A young male human is up singing in a pleasant enough voice. Just a kind of like a soft, sweet love song. The place is, it's starting to get to be more towards the late afternoon, so the place is starting to fill up. And you may acquire as many rooms as you'd like.
Did everyone want separate rooms, or did you want to bunk together? Money's not really an issue right now.
Maybe we can just get the biggest room?
Okay.
It'll cost you 2 silver a night.
All right. I'll prepay a gold.
Should
Oh.
we try to find a table or should we eat upstairs?
Let's.
I
Did
kind of look at
anybody-
Kiri.
I look back at Kendall.
They've been kind of
Anybody
quiet, so
have anything they
don't know
wanted
if
to
they
talk
wanna-
about?
no, it's not like a meaningful look. It's just Kendall's not trying to seduce everybody. Damn.
Nah.
I just meant as in Kendall has seen that Kiri hasn't really been talking a lot, and they may not want to be around a lot of people.
Oh no, it's fine. Been a long few days though.
Well, let's get a lot of food.
You are able to do so. For the record, everybody has 2 auto crits from Cap Lagrange.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sweet Atlas.
That's
While
the
you're
dope
eating-
bunk shit we're talking about all the time, huh?
I think I might want to get a bath or clean up while they're eating, while Kendall's eating.
Baths are good.
I feel gross.
Sure, there is a, you can pay 5 silver for someone to bring a bath up to your room. Fill it with
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Can we get 5 or 4?
They
baths?
don't have that
Five
many.
baths.
Is there a bathhouse?
Not in Grassgrave.
Just had to ask.
Unfortunately, not in Grassgrave. It is a very podunk little town.
Does this podunk little town have a blacksmith?
They do.
I think my sword's all wrapped up in cloth and all that, but I tell the group, I think maybe I should get a scabbard for this thing.
It's a good idea.
You didn't.
We'll have to find a blacksmith, I think.
Yeah. I saw one on the way in. We could go there before they close if you wanted to, or we could go tomorrow.
We can go tomorrow. We have time, right?
Yeah, we've got at least a few days. Not sure how long it'll take to do a custom scabbard, but it shouldn't take too long.
What
And
would you? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I stuffed my food in acknowledgement of what Salix just said.
Easy enough. Is there anything else that y'all would like to accomplish in this time?
Nothing productive.
What does it look like? Sounds like to me that y'all have some downtime.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it.
Let's talk about what you do in this downtime. Let's start with you, Kiri.
Oh God. um, I don't think I have a whole lot to do. I think honestly, most of like I spend a noticeably large amount of time away from the group.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time going out with Tawan early in the mornings and just practicing like riding an elk, because that's probably something I should be good at if I'm planning on doing this for a long time. So I just kind of practice riding, work on that bond a bit. Seek out solitary wooded places and just kind of decompress. It's been a lot, and I'm just trying to get away from everything for a while as much as possible.
Definitely. Devereaux.
Well, most of the time I'll probably, between taking meals and
You're a bit quiet.
decompressing a little bit, I'll probably squirrel away up in the room, writing out what we did the last couple of days and putting that in my secret journal. And besides that, I mean, I don't really have too much I want to accomplish while we're here, though, quite frankly, I would probably try and find a time to speak to Salix.
Okay. What does that sound like?
Which actually, Salix at one point would ask you to go back to the Temple of Ayun with her. I wanted to research possible potions that I might be able to make now, especially with the Draconis Fundamentum. I wasn't really counting on keeping it, but now that I have it, you know, we might be able to use it.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to help me search?
Yeah, of course. I'll clean off the tip of my quill and leave the book open so that the ink can dry. And I say out loud to Kendall, Kendall, stay out of my journal. And I leave the room.
You hear back? What journal?
Right. Just don't go putting your nose in anything. And then I'll leave.
As I go to leave too, I kind of look back and wink at Kendall. And go to the library. I didn't have anything in particular, but Salix would ask Dev to help research.
I will do that. And while we're looking, like, kind of punctuated between bringing volumes back and thumbing through things, while we're just kind of sitting around a table, quiet, like, I'll probably pipe it up at some point. Salix, I wanted to ask, are you okay?
I mean, yeah, not hurt at all anymore, really. got some scars, but it's fine.
Honestly, I guess that's probably what's most concerning to me. You're just fine. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm worried. I mean, I know you're the one who got hurt, but I feel like you're taking it really well.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? If I stop what I'm doing, the dragon wins.
Well,
But he's dead and I sold his heart.
this joke's on him, right?
Yeah. Joke's on him.
I just want you to know that if you're hurting, you don't need to pretend everything's fine, right?
I mean, Dev. Kendall finally feels good about something. He needs this. And sometimes we just hurt for the ones we love. But it's the love is the reason why we do it. And it makes it worth it.
I kind of lean in a little bit closer.
I'd do it again, too.
I know you would. But just don't forget that this isn't all just Kendall, you know? You're part of it too.
I don't know what part I'm playing at this point, but I'm just kind of here, trying to do the best for everyone around me.
And that's your part. I think you're real important.
That's sweet, Dev. Thank you.
Well,
You're important to me too, do you know?
really?
Yes, really.
I don't feel very important. I think you and Kendall have a lot going on, you know? Just want to make sure that I can pull my weight. Which admittedly isn't much, but I gotta contribute somehow.
Dev, you contribute whether you realize it or not. Kendall should have given you the yellow ring. You're our little sunshine. You can come with us everywhere and just make everything better.
I reach over the table and squeeze your shoulder.
We do love you, and you do more for us than you realize.
I'll put my hand on yours and I'll squeeze back. Just let me know if you need anything, okay?
I appreciate you asking. I don't really know. I don't really know what to do, really.
I kind of let my hand drop on the table.
I just. We gotta figure out what's going on here and do the best we can.
Oh, we're in it together, so you don't have to suffer by yourself. No one ever does. Not if I have anything to say about it. I mean, I suppose that's one thing I learned from my dad. Be there for people.
I've noticed sometimes we learn from the example that people set what not to do. Almost as often as we learn what to do. I'm glad you're here, though, Dev.
Me too.
And hey, you faced that dragon down, too. Didn't even
Yeah.
look like you flinched.
Well, in all honesty, it didn't come barreling down on me, so I didn't have much to flinch about. Oh, God.
I've never been so terrified in my life.
I bet. Oh my gosh. I was quivering just stuck in that brush. I'm really glad you're okay, though.
Quivering. You're an archer.
Come on now.
I couldn't help it.
Well, let's keep working at it. Find what you need, right?
Yeah, I think we might have a couple here.
Good. You know, you usually go out finding things yourself, but anytime you need someone else to help you in the field, I'm pretty handy with plants too, so.
Oh, that's good to hear. Sometimes it's lonely gathering.
Yeah. I can get into places you can't. Oh, wait, what am I saying? You can turn into animals. Of course you can get more places than I can.
Nice not to have to. And it's always nice to have company.
Yeah, next time.
Definitely.
DM, do we find anything?
Remind me what you're looking for. Sorry, that was a really engaging conversation.
Essentially, I am looking for recipes or partial recipes for any kind of potions or useful herb anything really
Sure.
useful, especially with Dragonus Fundamentum.
Please roll an investigation check.
Oh, you know what? I still have one more crit, so I'm gonna use that.
Fuck yeah! You actually, so everybody has at least 2. You have 3 at the moment, and everybody has at least 1 advantage. Salix and Kiri have 2.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 crits and 2 advantages. Thank you, chat. I didn't even realize.
It was very sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Okay. I would say, with that auto
And
crit.
for
Go
an
ahead.
investigation, that's only a +1. So.
Okay, so 21, but still an auto crit. You learn how to make 3 potions with that. You learn how to make, there's 4 common sort of potions. One of them is Potion of Climbing. One of them is a Potion of Comprehension. And the last is Potion of Watchful Rest. You already know how to make potions of healing, and I would say with that, you would learn how to make greater healing potions.
Yeah. Okay.
Fucking rad.
Yay! Herbalism kits. All right. Beautiful. I suppose we probably spend a good portion of the downtime doing that.
Okay.
And I will start working on a potion of climbing, because why the heck not?
Okay, roll a
With
nature
the rest
check.
of my downtime. I'm gonna just go ahead and use one of my advantages just because.
Thank you.
Oh, that is a 19.
Okay, pretty good. You were able to get your you use about 50 gold pieces worth of your Draconis Fundamentum.
You said how
And
much? I'm sorry.
50 gold pieces worth. And you have a potion of climbing. Kiri,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
The second night, I would like to come back into town after having spent most of the day out, and I would like to use the ring to see if I can contact Just Kendall. And I would like to ask him to meet me at the, I don't know, does Carlos have a bar? Okay, I'll ask him to meet me at the bar at Carlos.
I won't respond, but I will walk down there to meet them. Hey,
Hey! Give me a second. I would like to order 2, like, whiskeys or something of that variety.
2 silver.
Sure. So after we go to Rashard, what happens?
you mean after we leave or when we get there?
After we leave, once we're done.
Well, I know I have to go find a book, the book, and I have to get rid of it. At least I think that's what's going to happen.
We already tried that once. Well, I mean, at least we had it once.
Yeah. But the Raven Queen has tasked me to purge this sword through that book. And once this sword is in that book, I'll be completing my part of the deal. I'm sure that's not the end of it, because I'm sure gods could use more help than you think.
The
Why do
last
you
time we
ask?
had any, well, the last time we had any sort of possession of that book, Salix almost died. And then in the first leg of this journey, Salix actually died. I don't know if we can come out of this whole.
I can't
What
meet
is this
Kiri's
worth?
I can't meet Kiri's eyes, but I am kind of like, I'm still paying attention to every word they're saying. You know, I can't guarantee that I or you or Dev will come out of this alive. But there's only one thing I asked of the Raven Queen, and that's the power to protect Salix. We've been through a lot more than I ever expected, specifically with 2 more people I never expected to be with us for this long. And And if I could renegotiate a deal, I would include all of you. But the words spoken by God and the words that I spoke to my God, I've been going over and over them. And yeah, I can't guarantee that we'll come out, but if Salix does, then it's worth everything, Kiri. And I have not forgotten. I have not, you don't have to remind me that I was holding my sister's body ripped to shreds in my arms, or that I couldn't do anything when somebody found us for a book and took us away and took her away from me. There's a lot that I don't know, Kiri. But I do know that now there's literally something I have to do.
Oh,
And now I have this thing, and I point to like the sword that I've wrapped in, like, it took me an embarrassingly long time to wrap like the hilt and everything with cloth. And I'm sure this thing is going to bring us a lot more trouble than we ever hoped. And I know that's not something you signed up for. And I know that's not something Dev signed up for. And if you need to leave or you need to find your own way, then I hope that you'll always keep that ring.
oh.
But after all this is
You know
done,
that
Kiri,
I of all people can't judge you for following your queen, but I'm scared.
I don't blame you.
I know we got to go into that cave and stare down an ancient dragon. I do not like what I saw. And I can't help but think, what would have happened if Cysaria weren't there? Hell, if literally anyone who showed up, if just one of them was missing, what would have happened? Because we were about to go there on our own. And now I don't know what... I don't know what needs to happen, but... I don't know.
What would you have done, Kiri? What deal would you make to get or to make sure the person or the thing or the place you care about most is safe? And you don't have to answer that, Kiri. I don't know what would have happened. All I know is that if you blame me for attacking that dragon first, just know that I didn't do it without knowing that I had a lot more people there to help me than if it was just us or if it was just me. And it's my faith in you and everyone that let me make that
choice. If you
choice.
didn't attack the dragon first, it was going to attack us first. That was going to happen one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
As soon as it asked us to murder somebody, I mean, that's off the table.
I guess we could have left, couldn't we have? I'm good at running.
We could have, but we'd be back at square one.
I don't usually sit around and think about what may have happened. Only because things happen all the time, whether you want them to or not, and the what if happened can take a lot of time, and it's happened already, you know? We can't change it, and we can't do anything to change the choices that we made, because things are going to happen later, and they very well may be good or bad, and we should focus on being prepared for those things. Which is why I was going to go out and see someone, if you'd like to come with me.
Do I get to ask who that is?
You can. But you'll find out soon enough. If you come with me.
I down my whiskey. Well, I like surprises. Let's go.
I down my whiskey too. And before I get up, I look at Kiri and I say, I made you a promise too. And I promised you that I'd help you find your home. I'm looking for mine too, because I know the Grove, well, that's not meant for me. But if you get to go back to your old home, or I can help you find a new home, well, I hope you know how serious I am about keeping my promises.
Believe me, over the past week, I have learned.
Come on, we're going to Gertz.
Kendall and Kiri, you make your way to Gertz. What would you like to do? She is kind of, basically looks as though she is in the middle of reorganizing her entire store. She has recently been given a lot of new supplies, more supplies than it looks like she's had in forever. And so it looks as though she has undertaken a massive reorganization of her shop.
Gert. Gert, it's us.
Oh, Kendall and Kiri, right?
Yes.
Good.
I know you look busy, but we need something, and and like I'm having a lot of flashes of vision, like not visions, but like flashbacks in my head, like Devereaux stuck in the vines, not being able to move, Kiri staring down a dragon, and again Salix's body in my arms, and I start to ramble a little bit. We have realized we don't look like much, and I don't know why, but people keep finding us. They keep finding us. They know exactly where we're at, even our friends, when we don't really tell them. And I don't know what I need or what we're looking for, but maybe, I don't know, something like that could help keep us maybe hidden from people looking for us.
Oh! I think I know exactly what you're looking for. But I don't have them. But I know where you can get some.
That could work.
Okay. So, there's this lady. She's called the White Witch. And she lives, well, she travels a lot, so a bit of a nomad, but I heard that she'd taken up residence, like 3 or 4 miles west of here. Once you meet her, you'd know exactly what it's her. It's she's very white. She's got like long white hair, and her face has, I don't know if she's human or not. I think she might be something a little different. But she can make things like that.
Okay. What's her name?
I don't know her name.
Would she get upset if we address her as the White Witch?
I don't think so. She seems pretty nice to me. I've only met her one time. It was in passing when she told me that she was going to be out here. She sends me some things from now and then again with an animal messenger. It's kind of strange. But I like her. She's nice.
You think, Kiri?
Worth a shot, especially if this is a traveler and she's around. You said she didn't think she's human. At a guess, what do you think she is?
Well, there's a race that's like tieflings, but you know, tieflings are cursed by devils. They're bloodlines, but there's a race like that, but for angels and the like. Aasimar, I think, is what they're called. I think that's what she is.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
As long as she's friendly.
She is. Is there anything else I can get for you?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to bother you. Bye.
I tell you what. Hold on. Let me just write something for you. Hold on. She runs off and scratches down something on a piece of paper and handwriting. Kendall, what languages can you read? Kiri, what languages can you read?
Common,
I read
Elvish.
Sylvan, Common, and Elvish.
Sylvan, Common, Elvish. Kendall?
Elvish, Giant, Halfling, Infernal.
No, neither of you can read this. It's in beautiful, but a little messy script.
Oh, that's a nice looking language. Hold on. And then I reach into one of my pouches and I kind of dump it out, and then as it's empty I kind of rummage around in it and I find some soot some soot and I kind of rub it in my hands, and then I kind of go over the paper and I go, what do you say?
You could have just asked me.
And I cast Comprehend Languages.
It's written in Celestial, and it says, these are the good ones. That's it.
The good ones. No, that was Juan saying it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it was unmuted. My bad.
Well, is there nothing else I could do for y'all?
Where's the blacksmith?
Oh, they're on the south side of town.
Great.
Okay, bye. You want to go get a scabbard made for your sword?
Oh no, if Salix and I decided to go in the morning, she'd be so upset if I went without her.
Okay. Okay. Last call? Okay. As Kendall and Kiri, as you both exit Gertz, the door swings closed behind you. Sunset is just in the west from you, reminding you of the direction that you came from. That is where we will call today's session.